This episode is brought to you by Progressive Insurance. Fiscally responsible, financial geniuses, monetary magicians. These are things people say about drivers who switch their car insurance to Progressive and save hundreds. Visit progressive.com to see if you could save. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and Affiliates. Potential savings will vary, not available in all states or situations.
Morning decisions. A creamy mocha frappuccino drink? A sweet vanilla? Maybe a smooth caramel? Or that white chocolate mocha? Whichever you choose, delicious coffee awaits. Start your day with bottled Starbucks Frappuccino drinks. Pick up a bottle near you wherever you buy your groceries.
My name is Lily, and I've had hidradenitis suppurativa, HS, for years. I finally found some relief since taking Cosentyx. Relief means I can show up more.
Cosentyx secukinumab is prescribed for adults with moderate to severe hidradenitis suppurativa, HS. Don't use if you're allergic to Cosentyx. Before starting, get checked for tuberculosis. An increased risk of infections and lowered ability to fight them may occur, like tuberculosis or other serious bacterial, fungal, or viral infections. Some are fatal. Tell your doctor if you have an infection or symptoms like fevers, sweats, chills, muscle aches, or cough, had a vaccine or plan to, or if inflammatory bowel disease symptoms develop or worsen. Serious allergic reactions and severe eczema-like skin reactions may occur. Learn more at 1-844-COSENTYX or Cosentyx.com.
Ask your dermatologist about Cosentyx.
Robertson, the first time we've seen them attack them, and there's Francis! Well, that's what I wanted to see Robertson do. And still Robertson, getting his shot in, and a goal! Robertson!
Welcome along to Tricky Talks, the brand new Nottingham Forest podcast for every Forest fan who's ever lost their voice at the City Ground or nearly cried over a dodgy back pass. We're here for the limbs, the late winners, the highs, the heartbreaks, the history and the future. Every week we'll chat matches, break down the big moments, look forward to the big fixtures and maybe even have a moan about VAR, because why not? Whether you've been a fan since the Cloughie days or joined the Premier League climb, this is your place. This is Tricky Talks, straight from the City Ground to your ears. My name is Simon and I am delighted to be joined by a couple of amazing co-hosts. So I'd like to give a big warm welcome to long-time friend Mollo and Chelsea from Garibaldi Girls, both of whom will be joining me each and every week. How are you doing, guys?
Fantastic.
Yes, I'm good, thank you.
Right, so we're going to spend a little bit of time getting to know your hosts. We're going to start with you, Mollo. How long have you been a fan?
Since I was 5 years old, which is too many years ago to remember exactly. Since I stepped foot in primary school with a red t-shirt on, little Forest top, and sat next to a young man who I still go to football with today, called Ray.
So what about you, Chelsea? How long have you been a fan?
I think my dad made it his mission ever since I came out of the womb to be a Forest fan. So that is how long I have been a Forest fan, all my life. It was installed for me at a very young age by my dad and my granddad. So I'm very, very grateful to them for that.
Yeah, similar for me in terms of I've been a fan ever since I was a little nipper, and it's almost 45 years now. I think must be similar for you, Mollo, as well. I think it's around about the same time, wasn't it, that we both became fans?
You're a bit older than me, I think.
Yeah, not a lot. Just to address the balance, we're both a lot older than Chelsea.
No, definitely not.
Anyway, so there's been plenty of highs and lows throughout the time we've all been supporting the team. But what are your best moments supporting the Reds? Start with you, Chelsea.
For me, my best moment without a doubt has to be the playoff final. 2022, beating Huddersfield 1-0. I think for that whole season of starting, we're at the bottom of the Championship, working our way all up to the playoff finals, and I'm not going to lie, we're all friends here. I cried like an absolute baby when that whistle blew. And yeah, that for me, that was just the relief, the joy, without a doubt my best moment.
Same for me, actually. I mean, I've been lucky enough to see Forest at Wembley a few times. I've seen them lose at Wembley as well and suffered numerous relegations, of course, but the playoff final was just an amazing experience to see your team win at the new Wembley, gaining promotion after 23 years. And I have to say, the noise was absolutely deafening. I've never known anything like it at Wembley. And I've been to England games at the Wembley, the NFL, and I've never known an atmosphere like it. And that was incredible, and certainly my best moment being a fan. And are you going to make it a hat-trick, Mollo?
It's definitely up there, partly similar reasons, but also because I got to share it with my Forest mad daughter and a bunch of lifelong friends, some of whom I've known since primary school, through just because of Forest. But my actual personal favourite is a slightly, not massively weird one, was Arsenal away in 1988. Just the whole day, the whole occasion, the massive shock, not a massive shock, but the fact we beat Arsenal at Highbury at a time when we didn't used to win there hardly ever. In fact, I think we won there for the first time in 70 years that season in the league. But yeah, there's so many highs. But the playoff, as a moment, the final whistle at the playoff is the best, definitely.
Absolutely. And of course, we have suffered a few lows and heartbreaks throughout the time being a fan, but I'm going to talk a little bit about our worst moments. Mine was one of two, really. It was either the 91 Cup final when they lost to Spurs. It took me years to get over that and years to actually watch any of the highlights on TV. I was just devastated at the time. The other moment was the 5-2 home defeat to Yeovil in the playoffs. After being 2-0 up in the first leg, that was a pretty difficult one to take. But I think the Cup final in 91 probably just shades it. What about you, Mollo?
Similar, the 91 Cup finals up there, but perhaps because of where we both used to live, any of those rare occasions that we lost to that lot down the road always are my worst moments. But particularly when I was 16, I used to have to get a bus to college that started out in Derby and was full of Derby fans. I couldn't even, I don't know, it's making me feel, come over all queasy even now, but they managed to beat us with that Craig Ramage, as I remember his name was, scored a winner, and I begged my dad, who went into work late and dropped me off at college, I didn't have to get on that bus on a Monday morning. But that, any time we lose to that lot, any time, it is a worst moment. But that's it for me, I'm afraid.
Chels, last but not least, your worst moment being a fan. Yep.
When we lost 4-1 to Stoke back, I think it was 2020, and we didn't secure a place in the playoff final. Yeah, that one, that stung for me. I'm not going to lie. And that was one of them moments where, as a Forest fan, you totally thought that we had it in the bag, and that was such a slim chance that we didn't go through, purely based on the goal difference. And it was like Swansea's miracle ending happened, and our certain ending didn't. And I remember watching, and there was the likes of Joe Lolly and Worrell, they were crying on the pitch, and that actually broke my heart, and that will stay with me forever. I didn't have to wait too long though before we then got on, well, thankfully, so I didn't have as much very long heartbreak, but still a heartbreak all the same.
Well, I want to talk about something a bit more positive, and let's talk a few minutes about this season and celebrate the Reds securing European football next season. What does it mean for the club, the fans and the city to bring European football to the City Ground after such a long time away?
By the time I got back to the car, the fact that we hadn't managed to beat them, I'd just gone out of my head. I was thinking, wow, we're going to Europe. I mean, I was like many fans of our age. I was at that last game at Bayern Munich, home and away, and I'm going there with some of the same people, but also my own daughter. Probably my wife will be there for the trip, shopping or whatever, depending on where we go. And it's just going to be incredible. I mean, I could not be more proud of these guys. And Nuno and Mr. Marinakis, all of them. What an effort. What an unbelievable effort. I never thought I'd see it again in my lifetime. So, wow.
Yeah, see, that's the thing with me. It's going to be like my first real experience of Forest being in Europe, and I can't wait for it, to be honest. I mean, start of the season, I had us that we were going to be 15th. That's where we're going to finish. I think we've defied all odds, not just our position, but just being able to qualify for Europe, and we've got European football. Absolutely buzzing as a Forest fan.
Amazing. So we'll be coming to you weekly during the season and throughout the summer. Be sure to check us out on social media and give us a follow. We have a page on Facebook and we're on Instagram and X too. And finally, don't forget to hit that subscribe button in your podcast catcher of choice. That's it from us for now. We'll be back with you for episode 1 very soon.
This podcast is part of the Sports Social Podcast Network.
Memorial Day deals are here at Lowe's. Get up to 40% off select major appliances, including Samsung. Plus, save an extra $50 on every $500 you spend on select major appliances, $396 or more. Like the Samsung Bespoke AI Laundry Combo, the largest capacity, fastest, all-in-one laundry combo available that washes and dries in one machine. Lowe's, we help, you save. Valid 5/15 through 6/18. Selection varies by location. Total savings varies based on purchase amount. See Lowe's.com for details.